Hi, I'm Andy from Auto Trade Agents. Today we're here with one of my favourite cars, a 2016 HSV GenF2 GTS. In late 2015, the GenF2 HSVs were released, with most of the changes from the Series 1 being to the exterior of the car. The front bumper was redesigned, particularly around the daytime running lights, and another addition was the two vents added to the bonnet. There weren't any changes from the Series 1 GTS. You still get the LSA engine with a 6.2 litre supercharged V8, puts out 430 kilowatts and 740 newton-meters of torque. A large majority of owners who buy these cars tend to modify them. So this one has been modified slightly. It's got a Harrop cold air intake, upgraded injectors and a modified pulley. So this particular example puts out 370 kilowatts to the rear wheels. Another exterior change from the Series 1 is on the side skirts have added a black plastic trim, which looks really good, a lot better than the Series 1, which was just a solid piece. And they've also redesigned the rear diffuser on the rear bumper. One of my favourite changes on the Series 2 GTS are the wheels. The Series 1 GTS wheels were good, but I really love the look of the Series 2 wheels, so they've done well there. The brakes remain unchanged from the Series 1 GTS. You're still getting 6-piston calipers up front, 4-piston calipers in the rear, and they're more than capable for the street or the track. If you're familiar with the Series 1 HSVs, there's not much different interior-wise when you get into a GenF2. Probably the biggest change is that they removed the two binnacle gauges that were down the bottom. I think they shouldn't have done that, but at least you have a little bit of extra storage. But besides that, everything's still the same and it's got everything you need. So like safety wise, you've got lane departure warning, forward collision alert on the steering wheels. You've got paddle shifts, factory heads up display, which is handy. Carried over from the Series 1, you've still got the self-parking feature if you're keen to use it. Comes with heated seats, and then you've got all your standard functions like Bluetooth, audio streaming, navigation, even though it's probably a little bit outdated these days, but you've still got it. Another feature carried over from the Series 1 GTS is the HSV EDI system, which is like a driver interface, gives you some extra data. So you can choose between different gauges, like it might show oil temp, oil pressure, fuel economy, if you want to see that. There's a stopwatch, which has racetracks pre-programmed in it. There's a G-force meter, if you're interested in seeing how much G's the car's pulling when you're accelerating or going around corners. There's an oversteer and understeer function, suspension, so you can see which shock absorber's working the most. You've got the mode switch in the middle behind the gear stick, which helps you select your driver mode. So you've got Tour, Sport, Performance or Track, and all they do is get a little bit more aggressive with the dynamics of the car, so your exhaust will get louder when you're changing the mode. Suspension gets firmer, steering gets heavier, transmission shifts differently, so that's very handy to have. Sitting in the back of the GTS, there's plenty of room. I'm 175 centimetres tall. I've still got heaps of leg room. It's very comfortable. You'll fit 3 adults across the back seat, no worries. If you need to put kids' car seats in, no dramas. If you wanted to use it as a family car, you could. This GTS is actually sold, but the seller and the buyer were both happy enough to let us review the car, so thank you to them. Much appreciated. And this is probably one of the best example VF GTSs you're ever going to find. It's only got 4,000 Ks on it. And it's probably in the most desirable colour. It's got a factory sunroof. Can't go wrong. If I was buying one, this is the one I would buy. I've had a lot of HSVs in my time, I reckon probably 50. So I've had almost every model, tried everything. I know how they all drive, what they should be like. They progressed obviously with every model, but I reckon the VF was a huge jump, especially with the GTSs. Like, they're unbelievable cars. They do everything you want. Good family car, they handle, stop, sound good, very comfortable. But yeah, now that HSV stopped and Holden, now they're more like collector's items. So yeah, you're seeing less and less on the road, which is sad. But that supercharger whine sounds so good as well. And if you put a fair bit of boost into them, they absolutely scream, which is a good time. In factory, the traction's not the best, and this isn't a huge power increase over factory, but yeah, they do start to get tail happy pretty quickly. You don't need to do much to them to make them be a bit of a handful on the street. You can still change the gears manually on the shifter, which is what I prefer. Yeah, it's much better. It's actually surprising how much the suspension and the steering changes when you're changing the driving modes. Thanks for tuning in on this video of this beautiful HSV GTS. If you could like the video and subscribe to our channel, it will be very much appreciated. Once again, I'm Andy from Auto Trade Agents, and I'll see you in the next video. No. Auto Trade Agents is over. No, that sounded weird. That didn't sound too good, did it, Jonesy?